Hey everyone, Sly47 here. I've got a Shipyard rotation review video today. I've probably just returned back a day earlier than this video is going out or two. I wanted to give myself another extra week of time to kind of breathe as, of course, I'm going to be heading back to Michigan, to my home. So, thought it's been a few weeks. Everyone's kind of gestated the current state of the Shipyard. Let's kind of do a Shipyard review. Let's get kind of the ideas. Let's help people out, kind of decide what they want to do and where they want to spend their elements exactly. First off, Uss Venom. I'm going to go with the ones I have first, then we'll go into the ones that I don't have. Uss Venom, it's a troll ship. It really is. I'm glad they actually changed it from steel to copper. It really was a good move on their part. It's just a crap ton of very slow torpedoes, so you can lay out an entire net that you're going to nab. You're going to hit something no matter what. And that's kind of the beauty of this ship. It is very sneaky, very stealthy. Do not consider it like somehow like a Shima or something like that. It's like the torps do almost no damage, but because you have so many of them, if you can land them all, oh, it's fun. It definitely, though, keep in your mind, very trollish, very, very fun ship, but of course it won't carry a game. It won't. Pure plain simple. Next thing, Buffalo. Of course, I've got the space camo on it. I enjoy this ship. I really do. It's a great cruiser. I think it needs just a little bit of a buff, like a sonar or something. But in reality, really very solid ship to take. It really won't carry. It's got very weak armor, but the guns can just output so much damage, and it's really a sleeper in that sense because a lot of people don't focus it in game. So you can kind of get away with just peppering with HE, and then by the time that they realize, oh crap, yeah, they're pretty much toast. So this thing can output a lot of damage. A lot of fun with this ship. If you like the Des Moines, you like the Worcester, you'll kind of find a little bit of love for this. So it is a little bit expensive, I will admit that. I wish it was 10 less on each of them in the Shipyard, where that would be a really good deal. But I can kind of see why. We're kind of late in the Shipyard rotations. If you haven't used anything, you probably have a bunch. Poltava. This thing's still disgusting even after the stealth nerf. It is still disgusting. It is an amazing tier 7 battleship. It hits hard. It's definitely more of like that battle cruiser, more battleship hybrid type thing. Though I would definitely pick it up if you're a battleship or a battle cruiser main, like stuff like that. It is fun. You will wreck shop in most of your games. I think this is still one of my top average damage ships. Personally, I wish the Riga and the Pietro were more like this in a way, but had a little bit more skill to them, add a little more capabilities to them. Not just a rapid reload, because I don't think these ships need any help with the amount of damage they can put out. So, next one, Black Amalfi. This has been a sleeper for me. This is insane. I love this. This gives the Italian cruisers the sonar they desperately need by, especially at tier 8, removing the AA that basically did nothing at that tier. So you have, just in my opinion, an arguably better Amalfi. Highly suggest it for anyone who likes the Italian cruiser line. This is an instant buy for me the moment I saw it with what its skills were. Really a perfect cruiser for the cruiser mains out there. Thing wreck shop. It's still, after I think like 20 games, still one of my highest damage ships and such. It wrecks it. Love it. So much better than the Groza or the Groza. Whatever. I can't say it. I can't say it. But Amalfi, or Black Amalfi, I should say. Get it. Definitely worth the steal. You're not going to regret it, especially if you're a cruiser main and you like the Italian cruiser non-HE style gameplay. So, let's go to the rest of them. Shipyard, not the crates, and such. And we'll kind of go from the back to the front because, of course, top to bottom. Duca de Acosta. This is what I would say is basically a smaller Black Amalfi because you have that sonar. You have the ability to really pelt it. At tier 6, it's not a bad pickup. It's fairly cheap. It's copper. It has just everything you need to kind of get used to the Italian cruiser line. It's a great, hey, do I like it or not? And then you have a bunch of copper because copper is easy to come by. Not a bad ship to pick up. I didn't pick it up. It used to be in a blitz pass, so a lot of people had it already. But in my opinion, it's a pretty solid ship if you like, especially if you like the Trento or the Zara. This plays very similar to those two because of the 2-2 layout. So definitely solid ship. Musashi. Okay, this I have not seen many people play this one. It's a Yamato at tier 9, which isn't bad. The problem is you don't have the precise aim that the Yamato does or the Zumo does. So it doesn't do it as well, and also its armor, from what I know, is not as good as the Yamato. So Musashi, like, I've been like, oh, that'd be so much fun to get, but because it has no skills, it is a very bland ship. Now, if you don't want to grind and you want to have a Yamato class that's got for AA and really strong guns and no ways to really defend itself well, yeah, it's there. It's there. Oh, Black Zumo. Okay, this is any Zumo lovers out there. I want all 5 of you to raise your hands. This is a better version of the Zumo, in my opinion, just in general, because of the skills. You get the rapid reload. Yeah, it's a 1, but it still helps out a lot. It's a very solid Zumo, but the problem is that the base Zumo is so bad that making just a slightly better version of an Zumo is... it's not saying much. It's not, yeah, so... it's there, tad expensive too, especially being titanium, which is hard to come by. Azuma. This is a Yoshino without torp tubes. Stay away. This is total... this is bad. And the reason why it's bad, because I don't want to tell people this, is the guns are actually really nice. Its armor is so bad, and the only reason why the Yoshino can even do anything that's really good is because it actually has those torpedoes to actually push out just a little bit extra damage and have that, like, that burst moment. Where this, yes, it has rapid reload and precise aim, which is the best combo, and it has sonar, which is really nice. It's just the problem is that, like, the likes of Kronstadt, the likes of Dmitry Donskoy, the likes of even, you know, I'd even argue the Alaska, is really bad and such. But you got the Baltimore. They all will rip this thing a new one. They'll have no troubles. No troubles. It gives you so many citadels. It's so bad. Do not waste. Do not waste your money on it. Irian. If you want a Mikhail Kutuzov, but without the smoke, and with more base torpedoes and deep water torpedoes, it's not bad. This is really like a do-it-all cruiser at tier 8. You can cause fires with its 6% fire chance. It does have long-range torpedoes, and you do have the torpedo reload, so it can kind of do that. It's okay. It's not great. I think the MK is better, especially at starting fires, at longer range, and everything like that. It's still, the Irian's a solid pick. I just don't know if I would personally spend money on it. But if you like that idea of having a cruiser that can kind of just do it all, though it just doesn't, you know, it is still actually a Mikhail Kutuzov class. It's just Asian, and because of that, like, you don't have that one smoke to just keep it alive to just do that just amount of damage to kill things. So this thing absolutely gets its butt kicked in so many games. I don't see many people play them because it is considered bad, but that's because realistically tier 8 is just so competitive. That's really the bigger problem. So, and last, the Thunderer. I want to know what they were smoking when they added this for the amount that they asked for this. I've heard this ship be considered around the Conqueror level, and we have heard the Conqueror is getting a buff. We got that. But in my opinion, you know, it's just, it's so much. It's like, what, 70 steel, 70 titanium? I know people are getting a lot of titanium and a lot of steel now, or at least I'd say a lot of steel. But that 70 titanium, that's a lot of titanium boxes to open. That is a lot of money for a ship that's in my opinion, probably mediocre at best. Yeah, it's got the whole awesome guns and insane fire chance and everything, and yes, it does have, the better precise aim. You can hit more targets, and I got the one sonar, and technically two sonars, what does it? It's not gonna make it better. It's armor schema. It doesn't have the trick that NPC does, where it can heal a lot more than it normally does. Nor does I think have the range. It's a okay ship, but for the price, God no. God no. Do not waste your money on this ship. They need to buff it in order to make it worth that 140 elements that you've been grinding for. So I don't even know if I would want to have it. Even if I had these elements and such, I had the titanium, I had the steel, I probably still wouldn't get it. It's just, it really is a sad thing, because the Thunderer is just a absolute beast in PC, or at least it used to be, and such. And I felt like this ship could actually be very, very strong in tier 10. But the problem is, we have the likes of the Vermont, we have the likes of the Montana, we have the likes of the Republic that are just straight up better. And I really hope that we can get some buffs to a lot of British battleships, which I think it sounds like we maybe are getting. Who knows? But yeah, so this is a nice little Shipyard review of everything in the Shipyard. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Hope this kind of guides you where you need to, or what you need to work on. I know for me, I'm just kind of saving up. I don't think there's anything else I'm going to buy from the Shipyard unless they add for more. It's kind of how it is. I am waiting for the Black Monarch, though. I'm betting they're going to add that via Shipyard eventually, for a short time being. So I'm grinding for that. But the rest of them, I've got what I want. The Poltava, Venom, of course, I already had, but the Black Amalfi was an insta-buy, and that was a very good pick, and I've had the Buffalo for a long time. I like those ships. They're very solid, and yeah. So hopefully the next Shipyard will be a little better, or they'll add a few more ships to it. But thank you all for stopping by. Like and subscribe. Thank you all for kind of dealing with this time while I'm away. Of course, regular scheduled programming and reviews will be back the week after this. So see y'all around. Peace.